These ones look pretty good. So I've used aquarium plants too, eh? So as long as it all depends on how fussy you are, eh? All depends on how fussy you are. Or if you're doing it commercially, you know what I mean? If you're doing it commercially, well then, yeah, you gotta go pay the $8.95 because it looks better. At least, yeah, I do. If I'm just making it for myself, or if I'm making it as a demonstration or a practice piece, yeah, just use the dollar store stuff, man. So, and again, like I said, you don't want to cut this. You want to rip, because that feathered edge will look better. Okay, so I would have got 4 or 5 of these. Watch me spill the paint. That's what I did yesterday. I don't know if I even have that on video or not. Hopefully not. Yeah, this stuff is really tough. That was one of the things I said on that film that I did in the dark there with the light off. See, I've unplugged it now, but I've got this transformer, and it's got a little red light that sits right behind there. So lots of times I'll be looking at it and I'll see the red light, everything's hunky-dory as far as I'm concerned. And I'll film away and yak and yak and yak, and all of a sudden the camera will go off, or, you know, sometimes I don't have the camera facing, you know, the little view screen looking at me, eh? Gotta admit that. That's why some of my vids are, you know, wondering why I'm holding shit way out of the way. Yeah, it's because I'm not looking at the camera. But it's all an experiment. Life's an experiment. Okay. Did I show you this before? I think so. I'm cheating. Rather than trying to wrap the whole thing to the right thickness. And wrapping this around it. Okay. Let's go, eh? Oh, contest. Yeah, it's getting close. Getting close. I mean, I think I've already said a couple of things, so people who've been watching my vids, well, they've got a slightly unfair advantages because they know I'm going to have a contest. I've kind of showed them what kind of prizes I'm going to put up, and I've given a hint as to requirements. So that's, yeah, okay, a little bit of a heads up. But then, hey, they've been following me since the start. So requirements are, it has to be built. Now, I haven't started it yet, so now you're getting a heads up, okay? So requirements are, it's got to be built on a 1-foot square board. You have to use recycled materials, okay? Not all your materials have to be recycled, but, you know, some have to be recycled. I am going to pick a certain something or other that has to be used in it, okay? So when I officially get the rules up, if you've already started, you have to include one of these in your piece, okay? And the reason why I'm kind of doing this is because I don't want ones that are already made submitted. You have to make something new. And there's going to be lots of time, so even slow people, turtles, will have time to have it finished. But, so, yeah, there'll probably be a couple things. Yeah. Okay, so the one thing, I'll tell you that right now. That way you can kind of use it. And the other one will be something small, so that if you do start it, well, then you'll just have to try incorporating this in later, okay? But I don't know what that is yet, because I haven't thought about it. But the one thing is, you got to use a a toilet paper tube. You either fold it up so that it's like, you know, a pillar, or this was those ones. Oh, the wife hid them all in a bag over here. Anyways, cardboard toilet paper tube. Cats are doing something out there on me. Okay, so this one's, you know, like I said, you can fold them up. You can do, I don't know what, do something with, unfold it, cut it open. As long as, you know, you can point to it or say that this is the cardboard tube, or I use the cardboard tube for this, or it's, you know, whatever. And then the other thing will be, I don't know what, this ain't gonna work. I just gotta rip this. I just gotta use little strips. Dang it. Also do this somewhere where it's, where you're not gonna make a mess, okay? Oh man. The wife's at work, so I'm making a mess in the house here. Dang it, I'm gonna have to hurry and finish this because I gotta wash the wall. I just noticed I splashed all over the wall again. And I've been dripping it down on my chair here, so dang it. So if you're gonna be dripping gluey, painted, watery stuff all over the place, maybe do this over the sink or a bucket outside. Normally I do this stuff outside. I've got my own little gaming workshop out there. Okay. Dang. And same with this piece here. I'm going to let this dry a bit before I finish wrapping it. Okay. Have to be careful when you're wrapping it, but you do get it somewhat round, okay? Because I remember from the last time I did these that if you get them kind of ovally shape, that it's hard to get that flat oval shape back out of them. So, anyways, that's basically it, okay? And then you paint them. You paint them with sort of a dark gray, and you dry brush a lighter gray on top. And, you know, get that kind of color to them. When you dry brush it, those lines will show up just because of the way you wrapped it. So, excellent, excellent. That's all there is to it. I'm going to go wash up, and I'll show you after I've finished all the rest of these.